Diagnosis and treatment of a clinical condition can only be undertaken by a qualified professional. Readers of this book should always seek the advice of a qualified health professional with any questions regarding their health or a medical condition. Neither the author nor the publisher guarantees the accuracy, quality, suitability, or reliability of any information contained in this book. Wait, I'll be with you in a moment. Just having a panic attack. Okay, that's better. Anyway, hi, I'm Johnny Montoya. And I'm going to show you the easy way to handle anxiety. Just like the title says. If you struggle with general anxiety, then this book is for you. I can't help you with any other related issues that you might have, but for your anxiety, I can definitely help you with that. So how come you've developed anxiety? Has a series of stressful events been building up? Maybe you've never really had the chance to learn how to cope with life's difficulties. Maybe you worry about another person or circumstances that are out of your control. Or you could just be a natural worrier. Any of these things can make someone susceptible to helplessness, and feeling like something bad could happen at any time. Unfortunately, and annoyingly, this tends to spread into areas where you're otherwise confident, making you feel a bit stupid. But whatever it is, I'm going to be blunt and tell you that it's all in your mind. You do know that, right? It's a problem that's within you, but it can be dealt with. And so it should be. Why? Well, having anxiety can affect your ability to get things done. You can end up missing out on things in life, and it stops you from enjoying your life properly. It limits you and holds you back. People might look at you weird when you have one of your funny moments, making you self-conscious and inhibited. Most likely you'll be disappointed and frustrated. You know you can do better, but this invisible barrier stops you from being who you want to be. It's horrible, isn't it? Trust me, I know what it's like. On the morning of New Year's Day, 2001, I had my first panic attack. I was at a train station on the way home from a friend's house, and I realized that I was hungry. So I grabbed something to eat, I got my train, and quickly started eating. All was well. As the train approached one of the last stations before the one that I was meant to get off at, I spotted a couple of ticket inspectors. This was bad news because I didn't have a ticket, I was a rebel. When they came I just said sorry I don't have a ticket. They said well you're going to have to pay a fine, and out came the notepads. As I gave them my details I started to feel sick. They could see this, so they mercifully decided to let me off at the station that was coming up. As I gratefully walked off I puked a bit, which was embarrassing. While waiting for the next train I was slightly shaken up. It was okay though because all I had to do was relax and take deep breaths, as you do, right? In fact it got worse. I quickly began feeling fear, dread and helplessness, like I was in danger. I had no idea where this was coming from or how to handle it. Was it because I'd been eating quickly? Was I still a bit drunk from the night before? You know, New Year's Eve, or both. It was so confusing, I couldn't figure it out, which made it worse still. I desperately needed to be at home, and a train would have gotten me there fast, but none came. So I left to get a bus. The feeling continued but eventually a bus came. I grabbed a newspaper on the seat next to me and immersed myself in it to distract myself. It made only a slight difference, and this irritated me. I felt like something really bad was going to happen, or that there was something wrong with me. I felt fundamentally threatened by something, and it was all new to me so I had no way of dealing with it. The horrible feeling followed me all the way home, and even then it went on for a while longer, before eventually dissolving away. That was my first and worst ever panic attack by far. What a lovely start to the year. I'll never forget it. Since then I've had about 7 or 8 panic attacks, and me uncomfortable moments worrying that it's going to happen again. Being far from home has often been challenging. You know, I'd rather have one guaranteed panic attack a year and none of the silly worrying, than live in fear of having one. But time is a great healer and I've made a lot of progress. I still have anxiety at times, but now it's more like an occasional annoyance than a major thing. That train incident was bad, but now I choose to focus on everything that's positive about it. The way I competently got myself home despite feeling so horrible inside. The fact that I wisely picked up a paper to keep myself distracted. And the way I talked myself through it, constantly reassuring myself, and calmly looking for solutions. If you'd seen me while it was happening, you would have noticed something, but you wouldn't guess that I was having a major panic attack. Even at the time, a part of me was smiling about that. You know what it felt like? It felt like a stronger part of me came out that day to take care of things. It got me thinking about just how in control I really was. Since then, I've developed a philosophy about how to deal with anxiety, which I'm going to share with you now. It has worked for me, and I hope it will rub off on you. I believe that, there's always a way for you to deal with anxiety. There are always lots of little things. It can, however, be done in a way that works in our favor. We can create a sense of safety that lets us comfortably and increasingly do what we want. If we do it right. Your safe zone is physically wherever you want it to be. It also includes it's a mindset that you telling yourself that you feel okay, using specific words, like a spell, or doing a sequence of actions, like a ritual, can be enough to associate a place or situation with an emotion. By telling yourself that you don't feel okay, you feed anxiety. So why not use the same method to intentionally fix what you've unintentionally done to yourself? For example, I'm okay here on X Street. There's no problem here. Or it's always okay when I'm with this person. Or you can take a deep breath and smile, to symbolically tell yourself that whatever you're doing